This is kind of a two-part. First, have the vets made you do your dance from Michigan?
Had the vets maybe do my dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my song.
Now, second, you're getting a lot of extended work now at center. How's that working out for you? We've seen you at right guard. Now we see you at center. Is there a preference, and how is the transition working for you?
Now I don't have a preference really. Just really trying to learn all positions really throughout the interior. So really just going back and forth between everything and learn as much as I can right now. Don't really have a preference though.
Does it feel like it's been a smooth process for you?
Yeah. I mean, going through this first couple weeks of training camp. I mean, everything's been, of course, there's learning curves in there, but everything's been going pretty, pretty smooth.
Next question from Amos Morale.
Yeah, how has it helped, that you kind of established a little bit of a rapport with Eric before you even got here, and that you guys are able to kind of bounce ideas off of each other?
Yeah. I think most people know that I contacted Eric when I was combine training, and it was good to build that relationship early, and just coincidence that now we're teammates. So the chemistry was previously there, so it's good to have somebody that gave me advice going into this going to this part of my life with me right now. So definitely good.
And then in terms of working at the center position and right guard, you guys are both making that switch. Are you some ideas of each other? Kind of trying to help each other figure it out.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. If we see some, that we see like, hey, if we see something that somebody else didn't see, we'll help each other out, bounce ideas off of each other. But really, both of us just really just out there trying to get better.
Questions from Kyle Mosley.
Hey, Cesar, what type of challenges have you had calling protections at the center level at this time?
I haven't really had any challenges. Like no, I haven't really had any challenges with protections or anything like that.
So you feel real comfortable settling into the position?
I mean, yeah, because studied the notes and things were taught, and it's not really that difficult to align the protections.
Next question from Amy Just.
Yeah, on that note, what has been some of the feedback that you've been getting from either your coaches or some of the more veteran guys on the line?
Really, just most of the feedback is, use this time to learn and to really just get your feet going. I don't really have a lot of time like other people did in the past. So they tell me like, look, you gotta pick it up quick, but don't get like, what I'm saying, don't get ahead of yourself, don't get too hard on yourself. Just learn it, but you gotta learn it quick.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Cesar, what's been the biggest adjustment for you just in becoming a pro, especially just with the stuff that you've had to deal with this offseason with the coronavirus pandemic, moving through a new place, all that stuff?
I probably would say the biggest adjustment probably would be not like actually playing football for about like 8 months. That probably like the biggest adjustment. That's probably the longest I went without playing football and since I was like 16 probably. So just that big break from football was probably the biggest challenge I probably had going to this situation because of the pandemic. Yeah, that's probably about it.
Next question is from Christopher Donald.
I had a quick question for you. First, did you play any center in high school? And then if so, or if not, is there a certain side, whether center or guard, that you feel more comfortable in or that you have a preference for?
You said, did I play center in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played center. I played center in high school, but I mean, I don't. Like I said before, I don't. It doesn't really matter to me where I play. I just want to be out there on the field. Like I said, I'm learning both positions, so it doesn't really matter to me where I play. I don't really have a preference.
Next question is from Nick Underhill.
Yeah, how comfortable are you just hearing the cadence and with the timing of everything, and did getting that first week at guard and just hearing it live on the field help at all with now that you're playing center?
Yeah, it took me about halfway through practice, first day, maybe second day. It took me a little bit to get the timing of the cadence right. Not too long, probably about a day or two, and I figured that out pretty quick.
Next question is from John Shazier.
Cesar, what did you learn from having reps against guys like, whether it be Sheldon Rankins or whoever, NFL interior linemen? What have you learned?
I learned especially with guys that talented on our team. It's just I learned so much. Guys like Sheldon, David are two different players that have two different skill sets. But they definitely have taught me a lot of things. What to expect from D linemen. They show me a whole lot of different moves in practice, a lot of different variations, and of course they're going 100%. So it's able for me it's helping me pick up the speed of the game, and it's helping me get everything going.
Were they things that you hadn't seen before, or just things that you've seen before, just speed it up?
A combination of both. Guys, of course, more dynamic, have a lot more in their back pocket when it comes to skill set, and the speed of the game has picked up quite a little bit. So those are a couple things.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Cesar, did you ever have to deal with preparing for a hurricane when you were at IMG Academy, or is this kind of the experience with the product stuff?
I'm sorry, you broke up. I couldn't hear the question.
Did you ever have to experience preparing for a hurricane when you were at IMG Academy, or is it just like the first time you've been to go through this?
Yeah. I have my familiarities with hurricanes. First, I want to give my prayers to everybody to the west of us right now that could possibly be hit by this hurricane. I want to send my prayers over to them. But yeah, I have a great history with hurricanes from New Jersey, tropical storms in Florida. So I've experienced them before. I've never experienced, anything like detrimental, but we've experienced a good deal of hurricanes from New Jersey and in Florida.
Okay, last question is from Brooke Kirchhoffer. Brooke?
Hey, Cesar. Sorry if you've been asked this already, but just what has it been like to get working with Drew Brees? Isn't there anything that stands out about him, or just things you've already picked up from him just in the first week?
It's great to work with. Of course, a quarterback like, especially Drew himself, can't even say a quarterback like Drew. It's just great to work with Drew. He's been playing the game. He's been in the league before I could talk, so he knows a lot. He's given me a lot of advice. Just having somebody in there that just knows what's going on at all times is great.